This is a tragic story that comes out of Atlanta, and it occurred last night where a young Subway worker was shot dead by a customer. Why? Because the customer was unhappy with the amount of mayonnaise that was on their sandwich. Yes, so the customer escalated the situation, and basically what we know is all hell broke loose. According to the store's owner, a gentleman named Willie Glenn, on Sunday night at around 6:30 p.m., a customer ordering a sandwich at a Subway connected to a gas station located in the city's downtown area erupted into a dispute with one of the store's employees and opened fire. Believe it or not, it was about too much mayonnaise on the sandwich, owner Willie Glenn said in an interview at the news station. Now, the two victims, the two people who were hit by that gunfire, they're sisters. And according to police, the victim who was shot and killed was a 26-year-old woman. She's since been identified as Brittany Macon. And her sister, who was also shot, is 24 years old, and she made it to the hospital but is in critical condition. Now, Macon, the woman who died, her 5-year-old son happened to be present during the fatal shooting and witnessed it. The employee who died during the shootout has not been identified by police, even though the name is out there now as Brittany Macon. But we definitely know that the son of the employees was present at the time, and the staff was attacked by that armed customer. The manager had attempted to defend himself and his employees, Glenn, and this is what he said. Glenn said the store manager, who was armed with a gun of his own, also attempted to stop the shooter. My manager was able to exchange gunfire with him, but of course he didn't hit him, and it ended up as a wild shootout in the parking lot. Now, we do know that the police, they've arrested a 36-year-old man. They haven't identified him, and they say it's because of an ongoing investigation. But as the Atlanta Journal-Constitution has noted, just this year, arguments at Atlanta restaurants and bars have led to deadly gunfire at least a half a dozen instances and times, and a lot of the victims have been young adults. This is something that's very scary, and you do have to ask yourself, what is going on, what is boiling underneath our society such that people are willing to take someone's life over having a sandwich with too much mayonnaise? Ben.
Yeah, I mean, this ultimately rests at the same cultural roots in the United States as all the other things that we're seeing going on right now with the violence that from racists across the country, that we're seeing, like the stripping of rights away from women. All of these things are tied together. All these things are tied together. And fundamentally, the service workers in the United States, historically, right? Historically, marginalized people basically been like forced into service work. That's why tipped workers actually get sub-minimum wages, right? And so we have a lot of cultural assumptions in the United States about service workers, and our culture by and large dehumanizes service workers. It's why so many have to deal with sexual harassment on a regular basis, why they have to deal with like all of this vitriol and violence from people. And as this white supremacist violence is escalating, it's also escalating within the sphere of like retail workers and service workers facing increasing violence from these same people. It is fundamentally these people who think that they should be basically treated like kings, and they think that they should basically have all the power in any type of social relation they're engaging with. And when there's any even slight challenge to that, even if it's something as simple as like, oh, we don't have that much mayonnaise right now or something, then they go into like a violent rage, and it's terrifying, and it's impossible to separate this from the other issues.
Yeah, and it's absolutely disheartening and very upsetting, especially because we know a lot of workers out there are doing their best.